Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today we are going to make an air layer of Japanese maple, a very thin one, thinner than a pencil, so it won't be a big problem. So let's start immediately. So this is the Japanese maple I want to air layer. As you see, it has this strange, well, it has a trunk and then it has this strange U shape here, which I think is not really usable. Maybe if I tilt it completely, it could become something, and then this should become maybe a leader, and this should become a side branch. So it's always possible to do something, but I think that well, this is just going to be the tree that I keep growing just to make future air layers. And I wanted to do one with this portion of the tree, from here to here to the top, of course. And well, you see, it's absolutely not thick, and so it should probably be very easy. It's standing next to its blood brother, who is this raft maple that you might remember from other videos, and who is recovering here from a difficult period. So yeah, he's doing well, thank you. He's starting to grow. So what do we need? So I'm pointing my camera at the floor now, and you see that I have some moss here in this little bucket tray. What is it? I have some pot ground. There's a little, well, stones and lava rock and stuff like that in this. So this is what is going to be our medium for the air layer. It's still dry, so I'm going to add just a little water like so, but I will mix this when the rest is done, because, well, I'll have to wash my hands then, because yeah. Okay, so a cutter, a little piece of aluminum wire left over, and then a quite big plastic piece of foil. And yeah, why so big? Well, it will be clear in a few seconds. Another thing you can use is a rooting hormone, root powder. It's this white powder. Don't think you really need it, but it might help. So yeah, if you have it, just use a little. So when do we start air layers? Well, air layers are best to start at the moments where the tree already has some leaves, and if you don't want to take the risk of losing a portion of the tree, it's always best to, well, you have to get rid of some branches, but I now have, yeah, gonna get rid of this one too. So now I have a nice spot where I can put my air layer. I leave this because if something goes wrong, well, probably this is going to continue growing for the next year. So this is a very thin branch, and I'd like to have some roots here. So I'm going to make an incision, and because it is so thin, it is not easy to do this, because you are always taking the risk of cutting completely through the branch, which is not what you want to do. And then I take 1 or 2 centimeters. On bigger branches, the distance between the 2 cuts all the way around should be as thick, as wide as the trunk is thick. So I'm gonna repeat that because two cars were passing. I don't know if you understood. Here you can take one centimeter or two, and on bigger trees, if you have a tree thick as my thumb, you take the distance between the two ring the same distance. So now I'm going to get off the bark. You can do it with a cutter, sometimes you can peel it off, but it takes a little time and I like to do it clean and nice. I probably already said this, but I only bought one Japanese maple, and all my Japanese maples are coming from that same plant. They are cuttings, they are air layers. And well, of course, I don't have a whole lot of variety then. But when I miss a branch in a spot, I can always graft another one. And I'm pretty sure that it's the same maple because I only had one maple. So, yeah. So now I'm going to scrape the rest of the bark, the cambium, which is the corridor where the sap comes. And you don't want to see any green, it really has to become white. Like so. And you cannot have any tissue left on this ring. Okay, so I have to move the camera because I can't see the back of this thing. So I'm just going to clean it up and I'll be back. Okay, so this is nice and clean. Just going to take some hormone powder. Make this thing a little wet. Like so. Then the powder sticks better to the tree. You want the powder at that part of the ring. But if there's powder anywhere, it doesn't matter. It will probably mix itself with the rest of the substrate. Okay, so now I have my little bag here and I'm mixing my stuff like so, and making some kind of ball, sausage, rectangular shape, something of it, like so. Okay, I'm going to move this whole thing to one side. Should have done that from the start, like so. And I'm going to pack this now. So it's at the upper ring that the roots will appear. So this is the spot where you want the most stuff to come. Now, if you have a big tree, you want to surround it, you'll have to make a long rectangular shape. If you have a very small, like this one, you can just do it this way. So that's good. So I'm pressing the trunk in it. And now I'm going to surround this. This is the part where it becomes dangerous because you can break the thing because it's a very thin branch. So one hand is not moving. And now I'm going to take my piece of wire, and I have it between my teeth, so I'm not articulating very well. So now I'm going to close this like so. And that's about it. It's quite heavy, so I think I'm going to get a stick to give some extra support here. So this is bamboo, thanks to the neighbor who planted bamboo a few years ago, and now of course he has bamboo all over his garden and it drives him crazy, so he has to cut that thing every year, back and back, and well, I warned him. And just a piece of electrical wire, which is of course very ugly, but does the trick very well. So you can close this here with another piece of wire. It's possible, but you can leave this open and then you can water it. So it's now the 1st of April, and I expect to see some roots maybe in May, June. Couple of months should do. So hopefully I can see you then, and well, of course I will come and check every now and then, and if there are roots, well, I'll let you know, and then we'll look at the results. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.